I tend to wake up. I'm not the earliest riser in the world.
Right.
To be honest, I love my sleep.
Yeah.
And I try every day. This morning I woke up at about 6:30.
Yes.
But it is a struggle. I'm not used to it. And it's only since I left university and came back to work, I've started doing that. I try and do something relaxing in the morning or gym. I try and do something for myself, really.
Yeah.
This week I've been having a lot of body aches and muscle aches, so I've been having a bit of physiotherapy and massages to just reduce my pressure. And other times I go to the gym, and other times I just try and sleep in. So I try and do something at least 4 times a week
Yeah.
in the mornings, and other times I have a rest to allow my body to rest enough. After I get up and I've done whatever form of exercise, by about 7:45, 8, I get out of bed, do what every other person does first thing in the morning, and then after that I get ready and I go to my temple and do something spiritual. Do a prayer every morning, thank God for the day I had, thank God for the people I have, the friends I have. I never ask for anything from God. What I do is I always ask Him, and I ask Him to guide me, ask Him to teach me through my day, and really just something to motivate myself in the morning.
I think I'm tired because I nearly cried when you said that, but yeah, okay, go ahead. Because I'm about to, I need to ask God for some food right now. I know you don't ask for anything, but go ahead.
And yeah, I thank Him. I thank Him for everything He's done for me. Because I believe He's blessed me with so many things, and I should appreciate it. After that, I tend to go downstairs, and that would be about 8:15 to 8:30. I have a cup of coffee, and I pick up the best tool in business ever created. It's called a mobile phone. And I start calling all my managers.
Right.
I call all my managers first. I find out what's the day's plan. If we are working on a certain project, find out how it's going, find out what the next thing is to do, get updates on deadlines. We're running currently 28 companies, so I can't speak to every single one, but I try and speak to them and then see how we can push things faster.
Right.
Because sometimes, yes, you can do things very well, but there's no point because everything is time barred. So the longer you take to do something or implement something, the longer it takes for you to realize that effort or that time or that energy you put into something and realize the value of it.
Yes.
So I'm always trying to increase the tempo of my people, think about it to be more strategic for them, and just have talk to them and just give them clear guidance on what they need to be doing for the day. And they also tell me what they need out of myself.
Right.
Because it's a backwards and forwards communication. Certain approvals they might need certain contacts, they might need certain guidance. And I always believe that I have an open door for my managers or my staff to be able to communicate to me.
Right.
That tends to go on because when you phone one person, it tells you one problem. You end up phoning the next person to see what his problem is, why he's not able to do the work. And it ends up being a runoff effect.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not a kind of guy who likes to say, I'll do it later or I'll do it in 10 minutes.
Yeah, just do it.
I want to do it now because our memories are not the best in the world. But our actions can trigger off and actually make a bigger difference. So sometimes I believe yes, planning is very good, it's very important, but sometimes when you're in implementation, you just need to be doing things. And slowly, if you keep connecting the dots, the whole thing connects together.
Right.
And that's a completed product. And of course, even when it's completed, you still have to build onto it. That goes on till about 10:30. I sit at home and I do that. If not, I would have
Speak to all your managers in 1 hour.
Yeah, I don't need to talk to them for 1 hour.
Yeah.
Talk to them for 5-10 minutes.
Right.
If you talk to someone for 1 hour, in my opinion, it means you've not talked to them for about 5 days. So you have too much to catch up on.
Yes.
It's like a friend. If you talk to a friend on a daily basis, you call him, where are you? I'm here. Okay, I'm coming.
Yes.
So that's the way I run my management with my managers, as opposed to, I've not talked to you for 1 week. Let me talk to you, how's this, how's that, how's this, how's that. No. We got to be very direct and quick with each other.
Yeah.
And of course, the whole day goes and I'm still on the phone. I don't think you'll see me just sitting around. If I'm during the day, you'll see me on the phone talking to somebody, trying to sort something out, or trying to motivate some of my staff to push certain projects, see where certain approvals are, see what governance needs to take place. There's so many things constantly going on.
Yeah.
So you just got to be on top of everything. And every time you remind someone about something, trust me, it moves it a step forward. And in my work, really, as much as I'm managing a group, I think what I've obtained is the hardest thing in a big company or any leadership is managing people,
Yes, of course.
right? So I might not be managing the nitty-gritties or the bookkeeping of some sort, but I'm managing people. And after that, then I try to go to a site a day,
Yes.
either have a meeting
These are the
at my house.
construction sites where your real estate stuff, yes.
Real estate, it might be a meeting. So my day is not consistent. Each day is different.
Yes.
Every day is a new day. Some days you have meetings, you have design meetings, you're designing new buildings, you're designing new concepts, you might be designing apartments, you might be designing a shopping mall for a different area, an office building, a distribution center, or it might be to do with strategy, management, a particular business. It could be recruitment, it could be real estate management, it could be financing, insurance, agriculture, it could be anything.
Yes.
So depending on the priorities of that particular time, I would either have a meeting at home. My first meeting happens at home normally.
Yeah.
I don't like to rush my mornings
Yes.
because I find even in the morning when I pray, I try and do things at a pace because you're in control of time in your mind. So if you rush everything and you feel like the day just flies by and you can't remember what you've done, you've almost rushed your day in so many small things. But if you can remember your day, I woke up, I did this, then I had this meeting, this was what was discussed, this is what happens, it means you've actually digested your day, which to me is more important.
Yeah.
Not just running top.
Quality over quantity.
Correct.
You know. Now, tell me, Rajiv, a lot of people know you as the son of your chairman, Sudhir Ruparelia. I've read, I don't know how true it is, that he's one of the wealthiest men on the African continent. I don't know how true that is. Is it true?
Well, I think Forbes recognized him about last year as well, to be one of the wealthiest men on the African continent.
Yes.
So yes, I can probably just about confirm
that he is one of them.
He is probably. Of course, there are many wealthy people in Africa.
Yes.
But he is definitely extremely successful and has a very extremely successful story.
Yes.
Behind him to the person and the wealth he has created today from where he has come from.
Yeah, can I have some money?
maybe after the show.
Okay, yeah.
If you do a good job.
Yeah, okay. Let me try and do this. Listen, you know, at the end of the day, you know, I think a lot of people want to know. You know, growing up in a family where there is not just you know, wealth. You know, you've grown up privileged. You went to school in different parts of the world. And what is it like growing up as the son of a wealthy person?
Well, I think, Cedric, what's important is where we came from. And I always tell people that because I don't think people really know the house we lived in prior to the fancy house that everybody knows today.
Yeah.
I don't think people know that we used to have leaks in our own house. We used to have buckets to collect water. We used to live on Buganda Road.
Yeah, I know.
I don't know if you know where the Arts and Craft Museum is now.
Yes.
So we used to have a 2-bedroom house there. The chairman came to Uganda in 1986. He first came in 1984 after his expulsion. I'm a third generation born Ugandan.
Okay.
So we've been in Uganda since 1902. And my mum is from Kamuli.
Yes.
Her family came in about 46, and my dad's family is from Kabatoro in the west.
Yeah.
And his family landed in Uganda in 1903, but settled in Kabatoro in about 1905.
Okay.
So we're third generation Ugandan. And like I said, we didn't always have what we have today.
Yes.
I was born in 1990, and I can actually remember, believe it or not, very small flashes of our life living in Buganda Road.
Right.
And even till we left, I think we left in 1993, and I was only 3 years old. But I do really remember some memorable moments in that house. I remember we had two neighbors. We had Mudulaba, her family were here, and they still are. Unfortunately, she's passed away, so may God rest her soul in peace.
Yes.
But we also had some Ugandan neighbors, and I can remember playing a game with them. I don't know if you played this game, but it went Kosa Teshon, names beginning of, and you say cities.
Yes.
Starting with letter A. And you'd actually just play simple old games.
You
like
improvise.
that.
You improvise.
Yeah, with what you have.
Yeah.
So really, that was a fun part of my life. And of course, growing up, we didn't really know what we had. Yes, we could recognize sometimes we were treated a bit differently than others.
Yeah.
A few extra privileges here and there. And the biggest thing that we had was probably better toys. And that's when we established that somewhat our family, well, my dad was wealthier than other people. But
Yes.
that didn't stop us from sharing what we had.
Yes.
You see, one thing I say, there's no point in having what you have if you can't enjoy it with other people.
Correct.
So you can have all the money in the world, you can have everything in the world, but you can be a lonely dog all by yourself.
Yes.
So for me, whatever I had and any privileges I had, I would share it with all my friends. If it was going to Munyonyo, for example, to ride bicycles, we'd all have and take our turn on the bicycle.
Yes.
I can still remember buying my first bicycle. I was so excited, and I actually took two of my friends,
Right.
Faisal Kamali and Amir Kamali.
Yes.
And they're still in Uganda.
Yes.
They're running a business out in Namamve and ICD.
Yes.
And I remember us going to this bicycle shop, and I wanted to pick one bicycle. And then Faisal and Amir said, no, this is the bicycle for you.
Yeah.
And I told my mom, I said, look, in my stubborn way, to be honest, I pretty much got away with what I wanted as well.
Yeah.
I was a very, very naughty child.
You were stubborn, huh?
Till today.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't think much.
I've heard. I'm not sure, but I've heard.
Yeah, I'm still stubborn.
Yeah.
I don't think it's a bad trait to have, to be honest.
No, it just all depends on how you
As long as you use it
implement.
well.
You have to implement.
Yeah.
You know, it depends where you put the stubbornness.
And so we went to the shop. We looked for different bicycles, and eventually they chose a bicycle.
Yeah.
And I couldn't ride a bicycle at that time. So we bought it, and the first thing we do is come home, we put stabilizers on the bicycle,
Yes.
and off we go. We started learning how to ride a bicycle. And the three of us, as friends, taught each other how to ride a bicycle. Nobody helped us.
So you just figured it out.
Yes, we worked together, put the stabilizers on. After riding a little bit, we'd learn there's a little bit of balance to do.
Yes.
We take one stabilizer off,
Yes.
leave one on. You almost ride and you lean to one side a bit, so you know if you lean to this side, you might have a wobble, and there you go.
Yeah. Till eventually you figured it out.
Eventually we figured it out as friends, and really we had a good time really growing up.
So you just told the whole of Uganda you're a caring, sharing kind of guy. That's
Why not?
okay. Now, tell me, we talk about the Ruparelia group. I mean, you've spoken about it. What does the Ruparelia group do?
So the Ruparelia group now is in multiple sectors.
Yes.
We are in horticulture, or agriculture. We're in education, strong believers of education.
Yes.
Although it took me almost 19 years to realize that. We're in financial sector, in insurance business. We have an insurance company called Gold Star Insurance.
Yes.
We are in recruitment business. We have an external recruitment company and domestic recruitment, trying to provide jobs for Ugandans internally and externally. We're in media. We have our own media company called Premier Advertising.
Yes.
It handles all the group's advertising. We're in real estate, all the way fully integrated, from having construction, development, management, and now one of the things we're looking at is to get into the retail sector.
Okay.
So we fully integrate ourselves in the real estate sector, from the point of having a land to developing on it and almost becoming your own tenants
Yes.
in the retail sector.
So controlling the whole cycle,
Correct.
so to speak.
Because we find it's not growing fast enough in Uganda.
Yeah.
Product is not coming fast enough. Innovation is not coming from abroad fast enough. And mainly it's not to do local innovation. We want to leave that to the Ugandans to come up with that, to innovate their own products, to be able to make those brands global. But we want to bring global brands into Uganda as well.